Hey folks, I'm Sage Valentine, and I'm back here to review another season of CBS's Big Brother. This time, it's all about season 20, so let's get down to this review pretty much. There's 16 house guests in the game, competing for $500,000. They're playing the game for 99 days. House guests from every season were in the audience to celebrate, although I'm more than sure they did not include the house guests that they had to make leave the game early. I'm more than sure of that. So far, there is no one who I like or dislike in the game because I really don't have a feel of anyone. I watch the interviews and honestly, I'm just sitting back and watching like I did with CBS Big Brother. And that's how I'm going to be with this entire season. I'm just going to sit back, relax, sip a little tea, sip a little water, eat my popcorn or my lifesavers, or gummy bears, or whatever the hell it is I have, and just watch it. And yes, I do have access to CBS All Access and the feeds, so I will be watching the feeds. I'm letting you know right now, my review for Thursday's episode will be uploaded on Friday. I'm just letting you know now, so I'm not going to disappear on you or anything like that. So the first 8 house guests are introduced. We get to meet Sam, who's a welder from Stewart's Dwarf, Virginia. She lives in a camper next to her mom. She wants to play the game full steam, guns blazing. We meet Tyler from Hilton Head, South Carolina, because that's how they say South Carolina. My family's from down there, and my grandmother always called it South Carolina, so South Carolina it is. He's a lifeguard. He feels like his weakness is his brain, and he knows that he is a Big Brother stereotype. But this kid really thinks a lot, and he's paying attention, so he may break out of the Big Brother stereotype. And by stereotype, I mean the surfer dude getting voted out first stereotype. Bailey is from Lee Summit, Missouri. She was the first Black Miss Missouri. She's a flight attendant. She said that the Big Brother house will be a piece of cake because, again, she was a flight attendant and she dealt with a lot of difficult people. We have Steve from Winooq, New Jersey. He's a college professor and a retired policeman. He says that he's going undercover in Big Brother, and on a side note, he's trying to say that he's a mechanic, but he's giving off major cop vibes, and I don't even think he realizes how many cop vibes he's giving away. We have Caitlin from LA. She is a life coach, and she's very earthy, very spiritual, and her spirit guides are going to help her win Big Brother. There's Winston from Kentucky. He is a Second Amendment supporter, meaning he likes his guns, and he's looking for love. Showmance. There's Angela, who's a fitness model, and she feels like she has to tone it down so she won't emasculate the men, and she has her own business where she like makes house decor and stuff like that. There is JC from West Hollywood, California. He has 4 records in powerlifting. He's a dancer. I saw one picture of him dressed up as Pikachu and another one as a blue Smurf, and I was just like, whatever floats your boat, tickles your fancy. He also has a degree in international business. These 4 were the first in the house. And Sam said that Tyler and Winston are very groomed. And it seemed like Tyler and Bailey were vibing. And then all of a sudden, Steve, Angela, JC, and Caitlin head into the house. JC already says that he's going to whip the guys' behinds. Mind you, he, as you saw, is the smallest, but I think he's going to pack a mean punch. Steve says he's not telling anyone that he's a cop, but he's giving off major cop vibes. Caitlin's very zen, very Tyler is worried because he's from the same place as Angela, and Angela was just like, oh my God, we're from the same place. And he's kind of looking at her like, don't do this, because then you're going to link me to you, and people are going to think that automatically you and I know each other, and we don't know each other from Adam. So Tyler's kind of woke. Then we get to meet the rest of the house guests. There's Rachel, who's a showgirl from Las Vegas, Nevada. She says that she's a hustler because that's what she had to do to make it where she is in Las Vegas. And what she learned while being a hustler will help her in the Big Brother game. It definitely will, in my opinion. She's a huge Big Brother fan, and Janelle is her fave. It's about time I hear somebody new entering this house that is a fan of a player from the earlier seasons and not the most recent seasons. Then there's Swaggy C, aka Chris, who's giving me major Will Mega from season 1 vibes. If you don't know who Will Mega is, he was the first black man to enter the Big Brother house in season 1. And he left quite an impression. He did not win because he was forced to leave early because apparently he did not divulge something about his life that came out. That's as far as I'll tell you. If you need to Google it, Google Will Mega BB1. Swaggy C is a day trader. He's a babysitter, and he does not know how to swim. And the fact that he does not know how to swim will be detrimental to him, in my opinion, in this game, because I feel like Big Brother will do all that they can to incorporate water sports or some sort of swimming that will kind of trip him up a little bit. There's Angie, aka Rockstar, who is a pagan witch. She's colorful, she's different, and she's a mom of 3. And if I remember correctly, she's in her early 30s. I could have sworn they said she's either 33 or 34, one of the two. There's Brett, who's in cybersecurity, and he's from Charleston, Massachusetts. And he's going to use his cybersecurity skills to help him win Big Brother. There's Casey from San Diego, California, who is a female football player. She is of mixed lineage, which is kind of cool. And there is Scotty from Chi-Town, Illinois. He is a virgin. There's nothing wrong with that, dude. You do you. He's a nerd, a gamer, strategic, and his secret is that he's very athletic. But if I remember correctly, in his interview, he said he's going to try to downplay that a bit and then just come out swinging. Haley is from Village Mills, Texas. She is young, like the youngest in the house. She's a student. She's a country girl. She is getting her bachelor's degree in psychological brain study. Watch out for Haley. She said that she will, quote-unquote, play the part in the house, meaning she's going to downplay her smarts to get as far as she can in the game. There's Faisal, who is a substitute teacher and a football coach. He's from Orlando, Florida. He's a devout Muslim. And he says that while he's in the game, he wants to play his cards right. And the second group goes in. It's Haley, Scotty, Faisal, and Casey. They go in first from the second group. And the consensus from pretty much everyone in the house at that point was that there were 2 rooms with beds, but there are some secret rooms. Sam's a little iffy about sharing a house with men because she's used to staying in her camper by herself, and I completely understand with Sam because I'm not used to living in close quarters with men. I did go off to college. I did live in a dormitory, but my dormitory had a boys' side and a girls' side for the freshmen, and even when it was like boys and girls, when we were kind of mixed together, you had a roommate who was a girl, and the guys had a roommate who was a boy, and we all shared the bathrooms, but it would be like 2 girls, and on the other side it would be like 2 boys. Never the twins shall meet. So the next group to go in the house was Rachel, Chris, Brett, and Rockstar. Rachel's excited to go in the house. Caitlin and Rockstar are vibing. Winston immediately found this cool screen on like this pedestal thing, which turned out to be the robot thing that Sam becomes later on. JC saw Faisal and Swaggy talking as they were coming down the stairs and gives this impression that he's gonna start some mess and basically say like they were talking strategy or something. Am I surprised? No, not at all. Apparently Steve found the extra room. I think Tyler moved the thing back, but it was Steve who kind of, quote unquote, figured it out with his detective skills. Again, he's not going to last very long in this game unless he really starts playing down the cop thing, because one thing about Derek, when he was in the house, he kind of downplayed the undercover cop thing. It's like Steve is giving off major red flags. If there was a sign above his head that said, "I worked in the police force," it would have flashing lights. Just keep flashing every time he spoke. Everybody starts saying their hellos. As usual, people are stretching the truth. Faisal apparently likes Haley. Haley apparently likes Faisal, so those two may be an item in the house. Tyler picked up that there's something cop-like with Steve. Again, flashing cop-like. I worked with the police. At one point, Caitlin doesn't like Rachel because she sees a red aura. So, oh boy. Tyler's into the girls already. I think he likes Bailey. It's like, wow, already? Bailey says she's ready to play. Scotty reveals he's never been in a relationship because I think it was Angela and somebody else who asked him, and he kind of ran off. And I was kind of talking to my mom, and my mom was kind of like, why are they even asking him that question? And I'm saying, why are they asking him that as well? It's kind of personal. If he wants to talk about it, it's one thing, but it has nothing to do with the game. So apparently in this season of Big Brother, technology is taking over, and there are upgraded powers and punishments. So we see the first competition. And basically the premise of this competition is that 8 house guests will be safe while making 8 others' games in jeopardy. And I'm just like, here we go with another formula like before. Said, how's this gonna go? Steve wants to win this competition. So the system crashes, and then one group falls or slides down, and they're in like wet, sticky darkness. Cell phone something and technological something, and then the other group ends up hanging from like ropes or something, and they're surrounded by these like pedestal things, and there's all these letters, foam letters at the bottom. So I'm just like, if this turns out to be another Paul bracelet situation, oh my goodness. And on a side note, how much money did Celebrity Big Brother bring in for CBS? Because those graphics are on point. They were giving me major Marvel Infinity War, Thanos, making folks disappear and reappear type tease. But anyway, the first 8 went to the trash folder. That's that underground darkness sticky thing. And the premise of that game was 7 escape, 1 will get to escape and play, because they have to find these folders, and like 7 of them say escape and 1 says escape and play, and they're in complete darkness. So Tyler immediately got the first escape folder, and he just bailed. He's like, I'm out, because you got a choice: either return to go around and play again and see if you could find the folder that says escape and play, or just go back to the house. And Tyler's like, the hell with this, I'm going back to the house. Angela got the punishment folder. I'm just like, oh boy, here we go. Angela revealed to the rest of the house guests that came back that were playing that game, while I think it was JC and I think Casey was still there, and Winston might have been in the darkness as well. So the people were in the house. She was like, you know what? I got the escape and play. And I'm looking at her like, maybe you should have kept that to yourself till Big Brother told you, because winning that or grabbing that is going to put like a red flag over your head. Well, I was saying that until the whole situation with Chris popped up, but I'll get to that later. So, Casey is the last person left, because Winston comes in and he has his escape folder, and poor Casey's left in the sticky darkness. I'm just shaking my head. Angela has to battle against the winner of the second competition, and Swaggy C, aka Chris, won that competition. Now, because he won that competition, and so I think it was 6 other people returned, and it was down between Haley and Sam, and unfortunately Sam did not put her letters on the pedestal in time, so Sam lost and she was left behind. So pretty much it's Sam and Casey who are missing at this point. Now Bailey and Chris are talking. Bailey's trying to tell Chris, listen, take it down a notch, because you know how it goes in this game with black folks. This is what she's trying to say without saying it, because you know some fans will be like, oh my God, they're bringing in the race card. When it comes to Big Brother, it's not necessarily, in fact, it's not even the race card, because that's just how it's been going since season 1. The black people are always targeted. It just is what it is. And at one point, or at this point, it seems like Bailey and Chris have each other's back. And then Chris gets this idea. He wants to start playing Puppet Master. I'm like, no, Chris, this is not a good idea. I think he goes off after speaking to Bailey into this other room, and he wants to go talk to Angela. And Angela gives him this impression that if she wins the competition against him, she's not going to keep him safe. And mind you, a minute ago, he said that he was going to keep her safe. Anyway, during the whole, like, surfing competition, Angela fell and Swaggy C, a.k.a. Chris, won the competition. So Chris has to keep 8 people safe. But you know how it is with Big Brother. There's always some sort of complication when it comes to that. So all of a sudden, Casey pops back. She's got this beautiful rainbow outfit. And her punishment is basically the pinwheel of doom. But I'm so, like, lost in the wings and the rainbow. And everybody online is calling it 2018. You should see on Tumblr. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, she's amazing. She's amazing. I thought she looked great. Then, all of a sudden, this robot thing comes to life, and we find out that's Sam. So Sam's punishment is that she has to be a robot, and I'm just like, oh, crap, this is going to mess up her game, because as a robot, she can't really move around the house. She can't go up the steps. But on another hand, I'm just like, that's a really cool punishment as well. I mean, not in terms of the game, but to just be a robot and kind of move around, and it seems like Sam has an upbeat attitude about it. She's not a sourpuss. I'm all here for it. So apparently with Casey's punishment, when the pinwheel starts spinning, she has to remain in whatever room she is until it stops spinning. And Sam must switch in and out of the game. I think the key word that Big Brother tells her is robot power down or robot off, robot on or something. I'm just like, Lord have mercy. She's going to be doing that all day and all night. Probably at like 2 in the morning, they're going to say robot off, and she's going to have to switch in and switch out. Here's the thing. With Chris's situation being the winner, what do I think of Chris's choice? I would not have wanted to be the first person to win that competition. There are some people who play this game for the most part, and they want to win the competition. Mazel tov to you. Most people who win that competition really don't go out to specifically win the first competition or the first HOH. It just kind of happens. In doing so, he has to make the most crucial decision so far in the first, 25 minutes to an hour or two that they've been in this house. And already his decision is going to affect the game and make a lot of people mad at him, as if people weren't going to be mad at him for something else. On a side note, why didn't he save Angela? Because again, Angela basically acted like she wasn't going to save him. So that's probably why he did what he did. He saved his group, his first group that he walked into the house with, because in his mind, that was the safest decision. Honestly, no matter what decision he made, again, it was going to piss a whole lot of people off. It's really funny how as the credits were rolling and we were able to see that last bit of footage with the people in the storeroom, all of a sudden Angela's pissed. I believe her name is Caitlin. She's pissed. This one's pissed. But again, there was no wrong or right decision with that. You just make sure that you're not the first person to win that competition. I would not want to be in his shoes. But eventually down the line, he was going to be nominated anyway, so. And as far as Will giving me Will mega tease from season 1, I'll just be brief in my explanation of that. Will Mega made quite an impression on the first season of Big Brother. He came in, he was very confident. He was going to do this, he was going to do that. He came across to some of these people as a bit aggressive, and I think he came across as that because during that first season, they got people from all over the country, and some of these people are not used to being around a diverse or an inclusive group of people. So when you come across a certain way, they're looking at you like, you see what I'm trying to say without saying it. So Chris is giving me those vibes. And then I remember his interview that he had with Ross Matthews, and if on a side note you want me to do a review video of that, I made all the notes and everything. I will do that on my Big Brother sidebar blog vlog video. But anyway, he came into that review and was upset, had quite an attitude, and I don't know what happened to him in the back or something, and I was just like, dude, if you wanted America to like you, really there's no way to judge if they will or won't like you, but the way he came across just did not sit well with me at all. It was just... As for these house guests, I have no favorite. I don't like anybody. I don't dislike anybody at this point. I'm just watching because those first rounds of interviews that they do with Ross Matthews and then the one that they do with Ika from Big Brother Canada, they say a lot of stuff when they're outside of the house. I want to see them play the game. Once they play the game, that's how I can gauge who this person is. And then once I see them on the feeds, that's how I can gauge who this person is. I've seen a lot of people already writing off certain house guests who are Trump supporters, certain house guests who appear racist and homophobic and stuff. Again, I gotta gauge who these people are. But right now, till the season finale, I'm focused on the gameplay. It is what it is. But I'll be back to review episode 2. I will have that review up on Friday because on Thursday I will be out of town, but I'm going to have that review up on Friday because I have to see that episode to see what happens. But you all take care. Thank you so much for watching this video. Leave me some comments and let me know what you thought of this first 2-hour first episode of Big Brother 20, and have you hitched your little wagon to anybody yet? Because I haven't. But I would love to pick your brain and hear your thoughts and hear what you think of these house guests so far. But anyway, guys, love you all. Take care. And shout out to my Fear the Walking Dead fans. I will get the review for episode 7 and 8 up before the second half of the season premieres in August. Okay? Love you guys. Bye, guys. Bye.